Hey y'all, so it is Friday, I don't even know, June 21st, June 20th, 21st, and I'm gonna be starting a weekend reading vlog. I have footage of vlogs of me just talking and really just talking about nothing but not reading. I am still not in the best place with reading. I am in such a slump, and I thought I would come out of it when summer started, but it happened actually, because here, I'm going to show you what I've read recently. I've only read 2 books, but they're part of a series, and I'm on the 4th one. I started Raven Boys back in February of 2018, so it was like over a year ago when I read the first one, and I should have probably reread it when I started back up the series again, because there were things that I was like, I just had no idea what was going on. I started to remember as we got back into, or as I got back into the story, and the author also would give us like, little reminders or, a summary of what happened in certain scenes. So I started The Dream Thieves, I think it was a week or so ago, and I love this one. This one is my favorite so far. I haven't finished the last one. I'm like on page 154 in the last one, so I still have like couple hundred pages to go, like 300 I think, but this one has been my favorite. I absolutely loved this one. And it's the longest one, but it took me the shortest amount of time to read this one because I just couldn't put it down. The first book I read pretty quickly. The third book, Blue Lily Lily Blue, it took me a while, and this is the shortest book in the series, but it wasn't bad or anything. It's definitely my least favorite out of the ones I've read so far. I still really, really, really loved it. Like, it's a 5, obviously. Like, all of these are 5 stars so far, but, I did this with Harry Potter. That's actually Harry Potter series, the first books that I reviewed on this channel. I did that with Harry Potter, though. All Harry Potter books are a 5 in my eyes, but I would rank from my favorite to my least favorite. And that's kind of just what I'm doing here. Blue Lily Lily Blue took me like I think 3 days to read. Hold on, my dog's knocking. Hello! What you say? You say hello? What's the matter? Hi, baby. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it right now. Not very deep thoughts at all. But I'm also thinking that I finished Blue Lily Lily Blue, and then I got really sick this past week. So it started on Monday. And today is the first day that I felt decent enough to pick up a camera and vlog and to want to continue reading. So I thought I'd just start a weekend reading vlog because I really need to read. I've got to get more reading in. It is summer. Like, this is the time where I can really sit and just read of some books, and I haven't been able to do it. So yeah, it was so bad this past week. I had like a Crohn's, I don't think it's not a flare, because a Crohn's flare is defined as when your Crohn's, like, you go into remission for a little while and then it comes back. That's technically a flare. So I call them episodes, where I just had a really bad week, and I haven't had this bad of a week since forever. Like, it's been a while since it's been so bad that I can't even get out of my bed, and that I'm in so much pain that I can't read, because a lot of the time I'm in pain. It's chronic pain, so I read a lot to help me not think about the pain. Right now, like this past week, it has just been so bad that I can barely even watch TV because it was just bad. So this has been like the longest week of my life because it's just been horrible. And yeah, it was just not fun. So that was unfortunate, but that kind of got me back into a slump. And I also think that after I finished Blue Lily Lily Blue, I should have maybe stopped with the series for a little bit and then went on to another book, because my problem now is that, and I do this every time I'm about to finish a series, I don't want to finish it. Like, and it's because I just don't like seeing them end, because I love them so much. Okay, my dog's knocking again. Him don't know what to do, Mom. My sissy trying to vlog. Baby. And Daddy bees in the loud, and sissy cannot talk. I'm thinking that I should have, because the series is ending, and I hate finishing series. Like, I just don't like doing it. It makes me sad. And I'm also kind of afraid to find out some information. This author I have found is not afraid to kill off characters, and I really love the core group of characters that are here right now, and I'm afraid. Here's Mama.
Hello.
She's doing good. I'm doing a weekend reading vlog.
I didn't know that.
I just started it.
Oh.
Like, I just decided to do it just now. So,
Saturday?
it's Friday.
Daddy is messing me up not being at work.
I know. My daddy's off of work because he had to have a rotator cuff surgery,
I
and
don't know what day it is.
when he,
my butt
yeah.
hole on the ground.
So my plans are this weekend to finish this.
I'm not gonna be able to do it with you.
That's okay. Plan is to finish this. Like I said, I'm on page 154, so I've got like that big of a chunk left, and then I'm gonna read some thrillers because I really should have done that. I shouldn't have marathon these books because I feel like it's made me have a slump, and I should have taken my time. But I was also afraid because the last time I read a book in this series, I waited over a year to read it again. So I was like,
yeah, I can't remember the first book.
It
have to refresh.
I couldn't remember either. I remembered the gist, but I couldn't remember. And then that book helped me remember a lot. And then I also Googled some stuff, like without spoilers, because that was difficult.
Well, I'm not good at Googling stuff.
Yeah, you're right. If you need questions or have questions, just ask me and I'll tell you.
I always go to the wrong place.
Yeah, you're not good. The internet's not your friend. The dog. What is wrong with him? Jackie Joe, why are you looking at the door?
I'm in love with Daddy right now.
He is. It's really weird. Daddy and him normally don't, like, chill.
Well together.
Yeah, and they've been really, really close lately. Mm-hmm. After I read this, I'm going to maybe read a thriller. That's really what I want. I miss my thrillers. And
I need to read a thriller.
Oh, I love thrillers. I've desperately missed my thrillers, but I am happy that I've read fantasy this year because I don't think I've read hardly any. I don't even know if I've read one fantasy this year.
I want something with witches. And I can't
Witches,
find...
right here. Fallen Kingdom.
I love me some witches. Are they like real witches?
They're real witches with powers. They're real witches.
Because sometimes, I don't know. I'm really disappointed that
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot
yeah, I know.
is not about
We
witches.
thought that Salem's Lot would be.
It made me just put it down and not go back to it because I'm over vampires.
Me too. I read The Crucible in high school and middle school. Like I read that book in my school career like witches? 8 times. Yeah, it's
Who
about.
wrote that?
It's a true story about women who.
Do you have that?
No.
I could get it on.
It's a classic that you read, but basically in Salem, Massachusetts,
It's
literally.
in Salem?
Yeah, that's why I thought that Salem's Lot would be about witches because.
No, I thought that because of Bewitched.
No. Wow. Okay, I did not know that was your train of thought. It's really sad. Maybe you shouldn't have said that. Really embarrassing. No. I'm gonna explain to her what that is real quick because that was embarrassing.
I know, but the witches in Bewitched, they would go visit Salem.
Because that's where the original witches are. That's where the OGs go. Okay, I gotta talk to her. I'll update y'all later.
That's
So
why I thought Salem's Lot was about witches.
1 second. We'll be back. Hey y'all, so it is the next night and it's Saturday night and it's like 9:30 at night. Yeah, not done the best at vlogging this weekend. I suck, so sorry about that, but I did get farther along into the Raven King and I really want to finish this tonight. I'm supposed to be going to church tomorrow morning. Well, we'll see. I'm not feeling the best, and also I might stay up all night reading this. I feel like Jesus is gonna understand.
But Daddy
Daddy won't understand, but I'm a 21-year-old woman, and I'm still afraid to tell my daddy that I don't want to go to church on a Sunday morning. I went last Sunday, but you know, sometimes Sundays.
Last Sunday before he goes back to work.
I know, but I think I'm still gonna stay up all night and finish this book. I can come back home tomorrow after church and go to sleep. I'm on page 264 of this. I've got less than 200 pages left. I know I could finish this tonight if I really wanted to. We'll see. I feel like this book is so long for some reason, and this isn't even the longest book in the series, but it's just, I don't know, it's taking me a while to get through it. I'm like on chapter 37, and I don't know, there is 39 pages in this book. 39 pages in this, and I'm on page 264. So I'm over halfway, obviously. I know that the last part of the book is going to be like, you know, it'll be more fast-paced in the very beginning. And this whole series has these moments where it is so scary. Like, they have these crazy scenes that you just get like, I don't know. This series sometimes can scare me more than like an actual horror book that is solely based on horror. it scares me sometimes more than those, or even a scary movie. Like, I don't know, there's just certain things, the descriptions, Maggie Stiefvater does really good descriptions, and she's really good at setting the scene. She's really good at giving this sort of like creepy atmosphere. I just overall think she's a really good author, and I also think that she is so great at writing these characters that I'm just like obsessed with. And there are some relationships in this that I want to talk about. I'm gonna say that this is spoilers, so I'll put like right here the timestamp if you guys don't want to be spoiled by the series if you haven't read it. I don't even know if this is considered spoilers, but I'd rather warn y'all and not get people mad at me than, you know, just start spewing out the mouth and spoiling the entire thing. But so I'm going to talk about relationships. There are 2 relationships primarily in this series that I am very invested in, and the first one is Blue and Gansey. Those 2, I've felt very strong chemistry from the get-go. But then in like the 3rd book, maybe even like towards the end of the 2nd book, I started feeling this spark between Ronan and Adam. And Adam I didn't like with Blue at all. And Adam throughout the series has really, really, really pissed me off. There's been several times where he's irritated me, but I have such love for Adam. I love all of them. Obviously, I absolutely love all of them. Adam's just one to piss me off the most. And you'd think it would be Ronan, but it hasn't been. It's been Adam. But I have to like give myself like, you know, this talk in my head. Like, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's had a really, really screwed up, shitty life. And then every time he talks about his childhood, it just makes my heart bleed because I love him so dearly. Like, and it's so weird. These people are fake. I get that. But I am one of those people that gets so invested in characters. I genuinely do love these characters, and it's like they're real. And the thing about the series is that you feel like you're a part of their group because you're discovering all of these amazing, majestical things with them. Like, you don't feel like you're an outsider. You feel like you're a part of that group. And that is something that I have never experienced while reading a series before. The closest I feel like I've ever came to that is when I read If We Were Villains, but I didn't feel like I was a part of the group. I just felt like I really, really knew those characters. But in this, it seriously almost feels like the reader is friends with these people, and it's just kind of crazy. But I have had serious issues with some of the things Adam has said in the series, but as of right now, I think he's really, really, really improving from what he was. And what he was before wasn't bad. It just, he needs to unlearn some behaviors that he has unfortunately, you know, developed through no fault of his own, other than the fact that he had horrible fucking parents. But he's doing so much better, and I'm so happy for him. I've never ever been like, oh, I hate Adam, I hate him. Like, I've never ever thought that. I just would get irritated. But I've gotten annoyed with every single one of them. I've gotten mad even, like, at stuff that they'll do or say, like, of course. But Adam, it just seems like it really pissed me off a lot, like way more too than the others. But him and Ronan, this is gonna probably, like, I feel more of a connection and chemistry between Adam and Ronan than I do Blue and Gansey. And I did not think that would happen, but all throughout this past 2 books, I've just, I don't know, been really wanting them to get together. And every time they're together by themselves or ever, I get these incredible butterflies in my stomach. Like, I just want them to be together because I feel like they have both had just fucked up childhoods, and I think that they balance each other out in a good way, and I think that they would just be good for each other and good to have for, like, healing. Because Adam is so, like, he's driven, he is put together, he cares about his education, he's all about it. He's really like a driven person. Ronan isn't. He's kind of like, he can be pretty borderline lazy, I'd say, but he also has good reason for that. But he also has like this, I don't know, Ronan's just the exact opposite of Adam in every way. But in the fact that they both have had really bad childhoods is where they are similar. And I feel like because they can relate and have that connection that's very, very important to both of them, I feel like that's why they do so good together. But oh my god, I have been wanting Adam and Ronan scenes more than I wanted Blue and Gansey scenes, and that's not how it was in the beginning for me. I constantly wanted Blue and Gansey, and I still want that, but I am just so invested right now in Adam and Ronan, and this is a spoiler for sure, but they just kissed, and oh, it made me so happy. It made me so happy, and I don't even know. Oh, I just really hope that we get more of their relationship at least before the book ends, because if there's anything that I'm gonna be like annoyed with about the series is that we didn't get to see more of Adam and Ronan together, or like, you know, I just wish that we could have gotten a lot more of that, because I don't know, I just feel extra butterflies with them. And that probably sounds stupid and juvenile, but that is just the truth. I like, my stomach literally gets like so, I don't know, that feeling when you see your crush, like you get butterflies, and that's how I feel when they're in a scene together or hanging out. Like, it just, they have the best chemistry. I really, really hope that, I feel like they're definitely going to get together, but I just hope I get to see some of it. But this is a 10-minute clip, so sorry about that. I'm gonna try to continue reading now. I am gonna continue reading now. I am finally not to the point where I am not wanting to read it all. I really, really wanted to finish this last night, but it was 4 a.m. and I needed to go to sleep. But now I'm gonna continue reading it, and I've got less than 200 pages, so I feel like if I sat down like right now and read, I could get this done tonight, but we'll see. I tend to get kind of distracted, so yeah. And this Zit is so ugly. I'm hating her right now. Like, she's being a little bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I will update y'all later. Bye. Hey y'all, so it is Monday night, so I have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I finished The Raven King last night, or more like I finished it really, really early this morning, back around, I don't even know what time, probably about 4 a.m. I finished it. I stayed up all night until I did, because I've been having issues with reading lately, and I don't really know what is wrong. I just am having slumps, and I'm very distracted, and I don't know what's wrong. This series though is so good, and I think a big reason why I didn't finish this last book in like a day was because I genuinely did not want the series to end. And even though June is almost over and I've only read 3 books, I'm still pretty happy because I finished a series that I started over a year ago. I think it took me so long to finish this because I really didn't want it to end. I was also very afraid of the ending. And okay, so I'm not a person who cries very easily. It takes me quite a bit to get really emotional. The last, I'm gonna say like 40-ish pages in this book, I just sat here and sobbed. My mama was with me when I was reading it last night. She was watching Project Runway, and that was another reason it took me so long to finish it last night, because this season that she's watching a Project Runway is so good. And normally, like, I can sit and watch Project Runway with her and not, like, I'm not really watching it, I'm reading, but I can normally read while she's in the room watching Project Runway because I am pretty good at concentrating at, you know, what I want to do. Not that I don't love Project Runway, because I do, but this season of Project Runway, we're watching season 16, is so good that I was getting very distracted. But anyways, she was very concerned because I was crying so badly, which I kind of knew would happen. I'm so satisfied with this book, though. I'm so satisfied with the conclusion. I know some people said they didn't like the conclusion to this, and I'm not sure how And then I saw some reviews where people said, actually this was only one person, they said it sounded like a fan fiction, and I don't see that either. I gave it a 5. I thought it was so good, and as of right now, my ranking for the series is going to be Dream Thieves, Raven King, The Raven Boys, and then Blue Lily, Lily Blue. To me, it's a really good series when the first book in the series isn't my favorite, because I find that when I read series, the first one is generally my favorite. This book though, this whole series was just so good. And when I rank these, all of them are 5 stars for me, and it's kind of like, I don't know, they were all amazing. I'm just ranking them from my absolute favorite to still a great book, just not my favorite in the series. But yeah, I just really, really liked it. And I don't know, I was just really satisfied. Even though I sobbed because it was really sad, it was still a really good conclusion. And yeah, it was just really sad, the last part of it. And honestly, there was several times throughout this book that I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I don't know why it takes an act of Congress to get me to cry, but yeah, it really has to be something that, and I'm not talking about like a little shed of a tear or something. I'm talking about like full-blown crying, like sobbing, and that's what I was doing last night. My mom was like, "What is wrong?" And I was like, "This book is breaking my heart." I was so upset. But then I was so happy. So it's gonna be a book that if you love it as much as I've loved it, you're gonna cry and you're gonna have your heart broken. But in the end, it is a satisfying conclusion, and something that, I don't know, this is one of my favorite series ever. And I kind of thought it would be because I'm a big thriller person. I love thrillers. I love mysteries. And I love fantasy too, but I've gotten away from fantasy the past, this whole year actually. I've just really drifted apart from that. And I wanted this summer to try to read a series in fantasy. That was my main goal, was just to read, even if I didn't read like 8 different fantasies, just to read a series was my big goal, and I accomplished that. I'm very happy with it, but I'm glad I chose this series to do it with, because there is a lot of thriller aspects to it, and mystery and horror. Like, I was definitely afraid for certain. I mean, the 3rd and the 4th book were the scariest ones for me. The first one wasn't that bad. Like, I was like, oh, that's okay, because I had a lot of people telling me to read it during Halloween, and I can see why now. But when I read the first one, I was like, I don't really understand why it needs to be read in Halloween. Like, it's kind of creepy, sure, but it's not like scary. And the second one was, you know, each book it would get scarier and scarier, but the 3rd and the 4th book, absolutely, I'd have times where I had chills go up and down my arms. It was so scary. So, oh my god, the character development in this is so amazing. I just loved every single one of them. Adam was the one that I had the most issues with, but I never hated Adam. I always loved him and wanted the best for him. He would just irritate me, and I constantly had to remind myself about his childhood. He had a really shitty ass childhood, and he really tried to step away from that, and he had a rough time. So I mean, I obviously don't hate him. I never hated him. He was the one where I just wanted to like pull my hair out sometimes when he would say certain things, because they all would annoy me and say things that would piss me off, like all of them did. That's kind of what happens when you have a group of flawed characters. You're gonna get mad at them. But Adam was just the one that I just found myself being angry with the most, and I was so satisfied with him as well, his conclusion, all of them actually. And I don't know, there was romances in this that I was just so happy about, and I don't know, I was just really happy. I was just happy. I was a really happy and satisfied reader of this series, and it will be a series that I reread because I just loved it so much, and these characters I love so much. I am such a character-driven person. When I read, I really like to have a strong character development in the storyline, and if that's not there, I do enjoy it a little less. My mom is much more of a plot person, and I could read a book without a plot completely and just solely read about the characters. She does not like that. She would rather there be a strong plot and not a strong character development. So My mom and I, we are different in just about every single thing you can possibly imagine, which is why we're so close. But, you know, and I need to get her back in the vlogs. She hasn't really been in them lately, and we did a readathon a while back, but we had to cancel it because she really got sick. And we need to restart it. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog because I was supposed to end it yesterday, but I didn't. And after I finished The Raven King, I was just so happy that I don't know, I was just so satisfied. I put the book up and then I fell asleep. So yeah, probably fell asleep really fast because I'm serious. I sobbed so bad. The only other time I can remember crying this badly in a book was when I read the 6th book in Harry Potter. And in like high school when I read Looking for Alaska, I cried really bad when I read that book. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I cried so bad. I'm just so not an emotional person, and that probably makes me sound like a bitch, but I don't know, I'm just not very I don't know. But yeah, so that's it for this vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and start another one because I do have one more week left in June, and I would love to have read more than just 3 books, even though I am so happy that I have finished a fantasy series this summer. I'm so proud of that, honestly. And yeah, but I do want to read more, but I think I need a thriller at the moment. That's what I'm really, really, really craving. So, but I will just see y'all in the next vlog. Like this video if you want, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.